Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me on Simply Elizabeth Crafts. We are going to actually do two projects on this, what is kind of becoming a gloomy Thursday here in Darlington, South Carolina. I am trying to find myself. There we go. You're going to hear Maggie in the background because she is here with me. And of course, as true fashion for me, I have lost some of my silver embossed paper. I have a pack of it that I don't want to cut into because I want to give it as a prize at my in-person class. But I also had a pack of 6x6, and y'all, I have searched everywhere for it and I cannot find it. And our second project, our little box bag, will use it. So we're just gonna, I guess, not put the silver on it because I have done everything I can to find it and I don't know what I did with it. I put it somewhere to set aside so that I could find it. And here we are. So, real quick, I just wanted to show you Club for February. You have until February the 16th to join. You'll create 6 projects. It's 6 cards for this month. This month, you'll get a full pack of the Designer Series paper, or what we call the DSP. You'll also get a full pack of the embellishments and a full pack of the cloud cover ribbon. I have thoroughly enjoyed playing with this. If you'll recall, last week we used and created projects for Alive. I also did a scrapbook page and a third project on Thursday. And then I actually, and 4 of these cards are for my make and take for my team as well. So anyway, I love this bundle. I love the colors, all of that. So if you're interested in that, there is a link in the description of this video that you can go in and register or subscribe. 2 options. And this is the lovely arrangements bundle that is being used, which you can add on for cost only. So that is Club. Don't forget, we are still in the bonus days. You can collect bonus days. They are, for every $50, you get a $5 coupon. I have gotten some, and I'm super excited because I will be using them starting February the 3rd. So don't forget, that is until February the 2nd. You can get, you can earn those bonus days. And then last but not least, I have my bingo that is coming in February. It'll be February the 21st, and that will be in Columbia or KC, West Columbia area. So these are the 4 projects that you'll create. Then we'll play some bingo rounds and give away some fun prizes. This is just kind of the sample of what you get as your kind of like your make and take. You'll get the actual cardstock cut for you, but then you get all this to actually create your cards, and of course whatever you have left you get to keep. So that's kind of like your little goodie bag to go along for your make and takes. Okay, so this week we are still trucking it along. I can't believe it's already Thursday, with the Endless Love bundle. So this is just our little Valentine's stuff. Of course, you can always turn it into other stuff. Our card that we're gonna make is a shaker card. So we're gonna start with that one. So I'm gonna move that back and pull out the products here. I've tried to do most of the cutting already, so you won't have to watch much of that. We're gonna start by flipping this over, grabbing our liquid glue, if I can reach it. There it is. And I guess it probably would help you if I showed you the card first, huh? So there's our little shaker card. And we're just going to go ahead and put some liquid glue around our heart like that. Then we're going to take our window sheet. And we're gonna place it right here. And we're gonna do that first because I want it to kind of dry before we start doing anything else. So I'm gonna just set that aside for just a second. One of the things I wanna show you with these dies is this die, which I love the size and the design of this heart die right here, but it's like a little tag. So the next project, we're going to cut that little piece out so you can see you can actually put it into a heart, but that is what kind of makes this shape right here on there. So we're going to cover that up though with a bow, so you really won't be able to tell. Okay, but I felt like that was big enough for doing our shaker bit, and it wasn't too large, it wasn't too small, so it just kind of made it right. So adding that bow kind of helps to hide that. So let's go ahead and fold our cardstock and give it a good burnish. All right. Then we are going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment, and our sentiment is going to be stamped in Strawberry Slush. And the sentiment actually comes from this. It's called Fabulous Sayings. If you purchase $75 or more before tax and shipping, and after applying your rewards, you can get this stamp set here for $5, and it's wonderful. I am enjoying it. So $5 is not a bad little price for a beautiful stamp set like that. All right, so we're gonna stamp that, and it's a little crooked. Let's just flip it over. That's my fault. Sometimes I can't see. All right, let's see if that did it. Much, much better. Perfect. It's always a great thing that there's two sides to the cardstock. Okay, so let's do, that should be okay for now. We can go ahead while it's continuing to dry. Let's go ahead and put this heart on. So this heart is going to just be added with some seal. I'm going to put a little extra on there. So this is going to go right about here, like that. It's going to overlay. Then we are going to put our sentiment on. And we're going to put mini dimensionals because it's a little thinner. So we're just going to place those around like that. And then we'll take our backings off. This is kind of a different way to put the card together, because I don't put this part together like this when I'm doing a shaker card, but I feel this was kind of necessary to let that just finish drying. So then we're going to kind of go here and put our sentiment across like that. Then we are going to, I cut out 2 arrows, and I put adhesive sheets on the back so that it makes for easy adhering. And we're going to put one in. Let's go up this way since it's, well, there we go. We're going to go in like this and stick it there. And then we're going to come with our other one. And these are just, this is actually a double die in the dies, and it makes it wonderful. All right, let's see. We're going to come, let's just go up under this like this. All right. We're going to adhere down. And then there we go. All right. Now, if we flip this over, it should be pretty much dry. You can see it's cleared there. So now we can put our adhesive strips on so we can create this shaker. So we are gonna go around like this. Okay, then we're gonna grab another strip and we're just gonna go straight across, kind of like that. Then we're gonna cut. I think it'll be easier to cut it. And then go down like that. Okay, and then we're gonna come right over here and attach, and then we can wrap it around the heart like we did on the other side. And just make sure I get it down. And then once I get down here, we're gonna attach, make sure that it's all good and close. There we go. Then we're gonna attach these pieces in our other areas because we got to make sure we use the same height of dimension. So we're just going to continue with these, and then we're going to go here like that, and then I'm going to do one all the way down here. With shaker cards, this is probably the thing that takes the longest. We're gonna put that there, and then I'm just gonna cut one other little small piece, and we're gonna put it right there. I think I'm gonna actually take this and stick it this way, and then stick this one. I just want to make sure I have enough to hold it all. Okay, so there we go. That takes care of that part. Now, before we put our shaker bits in, I'm going to go ahead and take all of our backings off. I find it easier to do that because then you're not pulling on it, and sometimes when you pull on the strips on the back, the paper will kind of flip up, and so then it will cause your shaker bits to bounce out. We do not want to do that because we do not want to have to locate them so that Maggie May doesn't eat them. She will eat anything, so we do not want that. All right, and then let's do this piece here, if I can get it to come off. There we go. All right, so now we have that. Now I'm gonna take our little loose Valentine's assortments, or what I call my little shaker bits, and we're just gonna put a few in there. We actually don't really need that many because it's such a small space. Usually I like to have a whole lot, but I also want my designer series paper to show in the background. So now we're gonna attach this right there, which is gonna seal those shaker bits in. We're gonna take some of our liquid glue and put it right on top. Get my fingers unstuck. And then we're gonna attach this piece to our card front. And you want to make sure that you have it pretty straight before you actually place it down, because once you get it down, you're not getting it up with those adhesive strips. Okay, so let's add our other little pieces. So we're going to add a couple of these hearts to the front. So I'm going to take and put a little bit of glue dot there, a little bit of glue dot there, and a glue dot right about here. We are going to grab our, take your pick tool. We're going to take this end off over here. We're going to grab our first one, and this one's going to go right down here. Oop. Let's grab this one. This one will go here like that, and then we'll grab a white one and we'll stick that one there. Okay. Then we are going to take some of my favorite ribbon. It's actually a braided trim, and it's this right here. It's petal pink. I love it. And I don't actually use the ribbon as a whole. I take out pieces. So I'm going to grab two. I'm going to put the rest of it back on. And then we're going to just tie a bow. And doing a double bow helps with kind of covering up that little extra piece there. And then we'll just kind of trim off those little ends. Grab a glue dot. Right there. It did not go in. All right, so we got our glue dot. We're going to stick that right there. We're going to pull that and move it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, so there is our first project for today. Now, I will say these projects will all be available if you do purchase this week. So all 4 projects that we've made together on our lives, you will, if you purchase this week with $50 or more in my online store, that's before tax and shipping, and then after you add in your rewards, you will get all 4 projects this week, okay? All right, then here is our last project for tonight. We are going to grab our little packet here. And then I'm going to see if I can set that up there. Maybe get it out of the way just a little bit. Give me a little bit more room. Closing myself in here. Okay, I'm going to take all these pieces and I'm just going to move them aside for just a moment. I'm going to grab my scoreboard, and then I'm going to grab my little cheat sheet notes here, and we are going to go on the 11 side. This is our long skinny one. By the way, to make this box, it is using 1 full sheet of the Pool Party, and even includes being able to cut this out. So what you have after you cut these 2 pieces to create the bag and the box, you have enough to cut out this large piece. All right, so now let's take our little scoring tool here, and we are going to score at 5 and 6. And that's it for that one. Then we're going to take, no, actually, that's, yep. Yeah, that's right, because that's the outside piece. Sorry, I was having a brain fart there. Okay, so on our 5 side, we are going to score at 1 and 4. Okay, then we're going to flip it, and we're going to score at, and this is a 7.5 side, and it's going to be at 3 1/4 and 4 1/4. Now, I am going to tell you, there is a blog post for these, and it will go live as soon as I can download the video off of Facebook and upload it to YouTube. So that does take me a little while to get all that taken care of, because then I've got to feed the dog and do all that too in the process. So just note that that will be posted later tonight, so you can get all the measurements for both the shaker card and for this box and bag. Okay, so we've scored on those lines. Let's score on these. I want to make sure we've got it pretty straight. And then we'll do this side. There we go. Okay, we're gonna set this aside for just a second. We are gonna come to our box and we are gonna take our scissors and we are gonna cut straight here. And then we're gonna cut at an angle and an angle and then straight up. Like that, okay? And then we will flip and do it on our other side. Over here, so we're gonna go straight up. We're gonna go ahead and go straight up on this side. And then we'll cut in and cut in. All right. Now, let's put our box together. So we are gonna take just regular old seal. That's all we need. We are going to put seal over here. And then we're gonna attach it to the inside here. And when we do that, that one's gonna go on the inside. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We need to put seal here as well. Sometimes I just have to think through where it goes. So I do not like these being on the very inside of my boxes because I feel like things catch it. So we are going to fold this in and we're gonna line that up with the bottom. Okay, and then press it in. We're gonna come over here, do the same thing. We're gonna press that in. Line it up with the bottom. There we go. And then these two pieces are gonna go to the inside and it's gonna cover, it's gonna put these tabs to the middle of our box, which I feel like makes it kind of seal it together and not have extra little bits and pieces showing. Okay, I'm gonna stick my bone folder in there, give it a good crease. Just like that. Okay, now this is gonna be our back part. So now let's do our piece that will go around. We are gonna take our designer series paper and we're gonna attach it to our front. And don't worry, your front can be either side to start off with. Once you put your designer series paper down, then that becomes your front and your back. So we're just gonna adhere this. It's gonna have a little small tiny border around it. All right, now, next thing we're gonna do, we are gonna take the, well, where did I put my dies? See? Oh, I think they're over here. Well, here they are. I had them in the wrong, the wrong box. Okay, so these are the postage dies. We're gonna use this to cut our piece out. So I'm gonna bring in the die cutting machine because I want to walk you through this part. I think this part is important. So I think you can see it, yes. All right. So we are gonna set this down and then we're gonna stick this up wherever we think it's gonna go. We want it as close to center as possible, but you know, it's okay if it doesn't, it's handmade. Then we are gonna run this through like that, and then we're gonna run it right back. We don't wanna send the whole piece through, okay? Just that little top part. Then we are gonna slowly pull off our little tape here, like that. And it's gonna come with this in here. We are gonna flip this around like this. Because see, you can see what it does to the inside because of the plate. We are going to lay this in right there. And then we're gonna just kind of let this piece, oh, it's not gonna work. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's put a little bit of adhesive on it. There we go. All right, let's try it again. So we're gonna line it up. Let me see if I can get it straight. And then we're gonna place this down inside. And I've got that adhesive on it now, so it'll stay. We're gonna unfold it, and then we're gonna line up our die right over it. And yes, it will be thick, but it's okay. It'll still cut. Then we'll place this down, and then we're just gonna run that top part through as well. Now, what that does is it allows your hole at the top of the outside to be at the same section. And for some reason, that tape is sticking really bad to my paper. It doesn't normally do that. Okay, there we go. Then we'll put that back. There it is. And then we have our pieces cut, and I'll show you real quick. So now you have these completely lined up, and see, you can even tell I did it crooked, but it doesn't matter because those are lined up, and now we'll be able to put our ribbon in there, okay? Now I'm gonna put my box that we just created. We're gonna put this on the inside. Again, I wanna make sure that this is my front and that this here is going to be toward the back. So we're going to put glue, liquid glue on the back or on the bottom. And then we're going to make sure those pieces are in the back. And then we're going to line it up so that's pretty even. And then we're going to let that sit and adhere together. I did want to show you, and this one we're going to keep these two pieces separate. We're not going to attach them to the box. On this one I did attach to the front and the back, but I thought you could kind of pick which way you liked best. Okay, so let's set that aside. So we've got that piece. We need to do our stamping, and then we need to do our trimming. So here, all we're going to do is we're going to take and follow kind of that outline from there, and then ta-da. And of course, if you need to kind of fix it or correct it anyway, you can definitely do that. I actually think that turned out pretty good. So I will leave it just like that. Then we're going to take our embossing. I'm going to take the powder, just rub it over it, make sure I get my sticky fingers out the way. Then let's take our Versamark and our sentiment, which is love. Oop, goodness, I just put my finger on it. And we'll stamp that right there in the center. And then we're going to take our tweezers, if I can find them, and we're going to dump it into our white embossing powder. And then let's heat it up. And so if you have sensitive ears, I would turn the volume down because it does get kind of loud being so close to the phone. And we'll heat it up until it gets shiny. And if you are watching, let me know that you're here, and also let me know, are you a person who does a lot of Valentine treats to give to others, or do you make cards to send out for Valentine's Day, or do you do nothing at all? I like to do cute little Circes to give to people. That's what I like to do. I'm all about the Circes. All right. So we've got that done. And let's go ahead and start putting our box together. I think that should be fine now. Okay, so in this box, I have one of the brownie, covered brownies that Little Debbie does. We're going to put, this is Little Debbie as well, but this is the Valentine gingerbread soft cookie. We're going to stick that in because it fits too. And then we're going to fold these up. And actually, let's do this. Let's kind of fold that bottom over just a touch. There we go. And then we're going to take our ribbon. We're going to weave it through our little holes here. Just like that. Oops. And then we're going to tie a bow. I'm going to turn it upside down though, because I find it easier being a lefty and tying upside down. And then you can make a big old bow. Let's see if I can make it work though. All right, that's going to be upside down. Let's do it the other way. There we go. There we go. I need to flip it. Perfect. Okay, and then let's pull this one in just a touch. There we go. Then we're going to trim this off. Go up like that and like that. Oops. Okay, so then there we go. We've got that piece together. And I'm going to be honest, I think I like it glued. I think it makes it a little bit more secure, but it'll be just fine. Either way, it just kind of gives it, you know, what you could do is if you decided to leave it open, you could put a little piece of cardstock on the back of the front, and you could turn it into a little gift card holder too. Or you could stick a gift card holder down into a gift card down into the little box too. So, all right, let's put the rest of it together. So we're going to take our big pool party heart, and we're just going to put some adhesive on it. We're going to let that hang off over here. Then we're going to take our little one that we cut, and we're going to put that on right about here. And I actually think I popped up the pool party, but it'll be all right. Then we're going to take our designer series paper. We're going to adhere that down. Again, I have no idea what happened to my silver paper, so we're just going to leave that blank. And then we're going to come in here and cut down to do our flags. And I'm doing it afterwards because I want to make sure that my length is good. You can do it before you put it on. Okay. And then over here, there, and then there. All right. Throw that away. Then we've got, I've cut out this piece here, and that is from a set called Joyful Squares. So it's just a little scallop piece there. And we're going to take and adhere it to the bottom. So we're going to add seal there, and then we're going to line it up like that. We're going to take and pop this up with the dimensionals, and we'll use regular size dimensionals. And we're going to put quite a bit on here just because it is a bigger little sentiment. All right, take off those backs. And then we're going to stick it here, right there. And last but not least, we're going to take our little shaker bits. And we're going to adhere them around. So I'm going to take my liquid glue and we're going to put one here, 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 and here. Oh, and down here. Oh, and up here. We added a whole bunch to this one because we can. Okay, I'm gonna pour some in here so it'll be a little easier. Okay, let's take one of our little envelopes and we'll stick our envelope here. We're gonna stick another one right up here. Then let's do a little pink heart here. Oops, it's got a little piece of confetti. We'll do a pink heart here. And then we'll do a white one here. We're gonna do these little lips right here. And let's do another one right down here. There we go. Let's add this one here. And then let's do another light pink one down here. Okay, there we go. There is our little box minus our little silver piece, but it will be all right. Someone will still enjoy getting this little treat. So there we go. All right, so here are the two projects we made today. So we've got our little box. We've got our little shaker card. Then we've made this on Monday. And we also made this little box on Monday. So we've got 2 boxes and 2 cards. And again, if you purchase from me this week before midnight tomorrow night, you will get these 4 projects sent to you. I will have probably like a little short or a reel where I will create this one. Again, that's got the silver, so I've got to find that somewhere. But this holds one of those little pop stressor things. I can't remember what they're called now off the top of my head, but it holds one of those, and that's just using that big heart to create a little box. So there'll be a little short or a reel that will come out that'll show you how to make this. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.